To do the accent.
The what?
The accent.
You're worried about my accent. Not for
I'm
nothing.
not worried about it.
Now,
I'm just saying.
Now it's nighttime.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I know. Well, we got like no lighting here.
That's
so
all right. Listen,
we're making it work.
The way we're doing this is amazing.
We're doing it. We got it.
Yeah, no.
Right?
I don't have an accent. You have an accent.
Oh, you have an accent. I know I have an accent. I own that. But if you think you don't have an accent, you're out of your freaking mind.
It's not an accent. That's an accent.
Yeah, that's an accent.
A very
too.
strong one at that.
Yes, you love my voice.
It goes right through you.
Vinny rather texts with me because he hates my voice.
Yeah, I can't listen to that.
He rather texts. We do a lot of our talking via text. It works. It works better that way. Nobody gets that. He doesn't get a headache.
Honey, what time is it?
It's coffee talk with Karen. Leave me the fuck alone. Hi. It's coffee talk with Karen. Do you know who I am? Hi, it's coffee talk with Karen. Now leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, baby. If you missed our last two events, you missed a lot of fun with great people that know how to party.
Go, girl. Go, mama.
Nothing better than the old school mature crowd making new friends, making new memories, and living life as it's meant to be, together, having fun, and enjoying ourselves. My name is Karen Stacy, and I have my own talk show.
Share handshakes for the elderly. Share handshakes. I fucking can.
Make sure you tune into my talk show, Coffee Talk with Karen, weekdays at 11 a.m. And make sure you tune into Real Talk with Karen Stacy, Tuesday evenings. You can find me on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. You can find me on all podcast platforms as well. So we keep it old school. We have fun. And it's great people meeting great people. Let's spread some love and light in this world and get back to living again. I can't wait to see you guys soon. Made so many great memories, so many new friends. I don't know. It's freaking awesome, man. So I will see you guys really, 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 really soon. Don't forget to tune in. I love ya. Bye.
Hey, it's coffee talk with Karen. Leave me the fuck alone.
I just can't start until, Billy, says that. I don't know. I just can't help it. It makes me chuckle. It's the little things in life. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. How are you? It's Thirsty Thursday. Who's thirsty? Oh, my phone just did something. Move goal achieved. Wow. I got to tell you, man, all these goals, I tell you. How are you? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I don't know. Did I scare everybody yesterday? I'm just curious because I went in kind of hard yesterday and I know a lot of people don't really like that. So I'm curious if you guys had any reactions. I'm all disheveled over here. This thing is all disheveled, but I'm just curious if you guys if anybody was good with it or not. We were missing a lot of people yesterday though too. Do me a favor, you guys, share out the video for me, tag your friends. If you missed yesterday's show, you really need to go back on my page and watch it. I kept it real yesterday, really real. Not that I never do, but we talked about life, really, and that no one's gonna save you, and you got to save yourself. So I kind of went through my weekend, which was like a very long one and really not the best. But I wanted to share those things because I just feel like sometimes, everybody comes on here and everybody just, everybody fluffs each other. Everybody, is so, like, it's so like crazy. Like I look at social media and I laugh a lot. And I don't know, I probably do this wrong too, just like dating, because I don't really feed into a lot of people's stuff. If you go on social media, there's a lot of cries for help, which is really quite sad. But as I spoke about yesterday, you want to just keep trying to help people, right? Come in from the right, come in from the left, say it this way, say it that way. Do something where maybe you can make a difference, right? So like you see social media, a lot of people are crying for help on social media. Maybe their immediate peeps aren't like catching the cues, but and so I don't do it well. I guess that if you really are just kind of hanging out and you're bored or whatever, it's very easy to like and share and comment. But honestly, I have to say that I don't really do that. I try to support people and everything else, but sometimes I see stuff like people like count how many people liked it or how many people this or how many people that. It never even registers in my mind. I don't care who liked it. I don't care who commented. There are a lot of people that just never comment on anything, right? And whatever, who cares? I'm writing it because I want to write it, not because of what people are going to say in return, right? So I don't know. I just think that like yesterday I went off, my mind is a scary place to live. And I was just reviewing a lot of things in my head and trying to process them. And I try to share that with you guys too, because I think that a lot of people have said to me that they hear what I'm trying to say. So, that's important to me. And I know I was a little heavy yesterday, so we could go a little lighter today if you guys prefer. Not sure where everybody is. The numbers are not reflecting that we have people in here with us. So I'm going to ask a favor. I'm going to ask you guys to please share out the video. If you are members in groups, share it out to your favorite groups. Share it to your timeline, share it to your friends, tag your friends, tell them to give us a watch and talk and listen and all that good stuff. I know yesterday I was going off and I really didn't check in with you guys. So I'm going to check in with you this morning and say good morning. So I see Christine. Good morning, my girl. Giselle, good morning. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Gina. Thank you for sharing, Gina. Thank you for tagging people in. Rita M, good morning. I have your favorite glasses on. I'm Run DMC. You know what? When I first put these glasses on, I was thinking to myself, I got some pair to wear these freaking glasses, no pun intended, right? But I don't know, if you have to look, the way I look at things is if you got to do something, you might as well do it all out, right? That's why, like, if I order a ponytail, I want it down to my ass. Why not? I'm paying for it anyway. It should be down to my ass. So I'm kind of like an extremist type of person. I know you guys might find that hard to believe. But yes, and don't forget, anybody that wants glasses, believe me, they have normal glasses too. I'm just not normal. But VogueMe.com, VOOGUEME.com. Use the code 15KS as in Karen Stacy, and you will get 15% off of your glasses. You can get a pair of glasses for well under $100. And these are the transition lenses. They call them Phototronic or something on that site. And when I go outside, they turn into sunglasses. So, you know, and you can get those for well under $100. If you go to a place, an eyeglass place, it's like $1,000. So, you know, I mean, if you got the money, go right ahead. Or you can order the glasses from here and send me the other 900. I'd be happy to spend it for you. Vanessa, good morning. Hi, Michelle, girl. How are you, sweetheart? Christine, I'm sorry that you missed yesterday. I think you would have really appreciated it. Giselle, it was a great show. You kept it real. I love you, Mama. Thank you for that. Nice to meet you, Karen. What a beautiful day to be me. Some big life changes coming up. Roglog, well, good for you, my love. All the best. And I love change. So it's all good. So what did T3 said? Just rewatched The Lion King. Really fell in love with Pumbo. I'll try to add some Hukana Matala into my life as well. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, that's right. Watch it. Karen, thank you for being real. That's what we love about you. You're always on point, no doubt. Thank you, Gina. I always appreciate the support. Hi, good morning, Jose. Hi, Rita P. How are you? Carlos, where you been? How are ya? Saying goes, go big or go home, right? Mike from Florida, how are you? So listen to this. So, you know, because we need more stuff in our life, right? So I think I told you guys that where my little barn here, where my studio is, when we had crazy like water stormy things over here in New York. And I noticed that some of the foundation from this was like out in my driveway. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I looked, well, actually my son looked, and there's a hole like this big, like double the size of my head, that came out. So there's an opening underneath here. Now there's an opening regardless, but this is like a real opening. So my son noticed it. So then like one of my, like a friend came by, client or whatever, and he does construction stuff. And he's like, all right, you know, let's see what we can do to try to, you know, patch up that hole. We'll put the foundation back underneath it. You know, we'll see what we can do to figure it out. Okay. So he texts me like a week later and he's like, you know, I'm going to shoot to be there on Monday. I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't remember exactly when it happened, but that was like, let's call that Friday. And I want to say like Saturday, we come home and like my, you know, I'm probably about, you know, I don't know, 10 feet. My house is about 10 feet. And like, so my car is about 10 feet away. So all of a sudden we see this black cat and pop up. And then we see all these little heads. 1 with the eyes, 2 with the eyes, 3 with the eyes, 4 with the eyes, 5 with the eyes. And my mom, I'll be all right. And my son, he's like, Mommy, look. So now we have a cat and we have 5 babies. So of course, we're animal lovers. So I was like, oh my God, they're so cute. So now I tell my mother-in-law, Ma, I think we got babies, you know? And so she goes, oh, they gotta be hungry. They gotta be hungry. I gotta get them food, right? Because anybody that knows that every grandma, especially an Italian grandma, everybody's hungry, right? So she's like, oh, I gotta get food for them. I gotta, you know, whatever. So I'm like, oh, here we go. So now I noticed that they're hanging out over here and they're going underneath the and in that hole. So they all kind of go in there, right? So now I don't know if you guys are animal lovers. So now, you know, like the other day I come home and like the mommy is laid out and the babies are all dancing around her and playing and stuff. They're not baby babies. They're probably, I want to say they're probably at least a month and a half, maybe more, right? So now yesterday, I went to go do my run, and I do my run, you know, the block, like not too far from where I am, right? So now I see the cat. I see Mama Cat. And I see her like in like this print, like she's just stopped. And I go, oh, Jesus Christ. And now she's on the thing, right? So she looked like she was on the prowl. So she stopped. And then all of a sudden I saw the tail go boop. And she like went boop. And she pounced. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So I come back around from my lap and I look at her and she's got this thing in her mouth that's like wiggling. And I'm like, oh, gross. Like I'm ready to throw up. I'm like, now I know that this is what they do. She's a cat in the wild. Of course, she's going to hunt for her food. But I was just like, oh, you know, because I'm thinking about, you know, like I want to snuggle her up and, you know, give her kisses. And then I'm thinking that she has like this live thing that's like squirming out of her mouth that she's chewing. Like, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm ready to throw up. But anyway, so now we have a mommy and 5 babies. She's a black cat. And, you know, her babies are like gray and white. And, you know, kittens have those little baby tiny heads. They're just so freaking cute. So now I feel bad because now I like now they're hanging out because my mother-in-law is feeding them, giving them water and everything. And it's right next to the entrance to my little studio area. So now they were all hanging out on here. When I went out for my run, I came home and the mommy was curled up and the babies were all around her, right? And they were on like my top step to come in. Then when I had to come in and they were all snuggled up and the babies run right away. And then the mom kind of saw I was coming closer. So she left and she went underneath, but her tail was still sticking out, you know? And so I just felt so bad that they had to move. I was thinking, all right, I could do the show from like, you know, the outside of, you know, the room, like, you know, I didn't want to disturb them. Like, I'm such an asshole, right? Like, I just did not want to disturb they're just so freaking cute. So, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm an animal lover. I don't know if you guys are, but I don't like a lot of people. So I really do like animals because they are what they are. They don't perpetrate the fraud, right? So thank you guys for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on Facebook on the Karen Stacy page. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. We are live on YouTube and on Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacy. Do me a favor. I know, look, all of us go on YouTube. I know we do. Because, I mean, I don't even know how to wash my ass anymore without watching a YouTube video on how to do it. So when you go on YouTube, type in Real Talk Karen Stacy and my thing will come up. I have a whopping 33 subscribers. I have thousands of viewers and listeners. I have 33 subscribers on YouTube, which is more than I had previously. Now, could you please, I have thousands of people that are listening. If every single person just went on YouTube and hit the subscribe button, which will cost you $0, you may help me to make money because the more people that watch, the more ways you have of maybe making money. So just jump on there. The link is actually on my Facebook page from yesterday because I shared yesterday's show because I felt people needed to watch that. So just go on there and hit the subscribe button. I mean, it would really make things much better for me. And thank you guys. Please share out the video for me. Please tag your friends. I was hard yesterday, so I'm trying to be a little bit lighter today. I don't know if there's anything that you guys were thinking about that you wanted to talk about. I mean, I had to tell you about the kittens because I love kittens. I love animals. JW on Twitch. Thank you. I'm glad you like my accent. Hey, Alyssa, how are you? Haven't seen you on in a bit. Yeah, I need help sharing it out. I guess Carmela's not on again today. Well, at least you have a cat to wash on a Saturday night, right, G? I know. And that's like ooh, I know. My son's like, Mommy, can't we just keep like one of them? And I'm like, Noah, please. I'm like, we have them all right here. Like, that's just what I need is more animals in my house. I mean, my poor Bella. Animals are better than people. I hear you, Giselle. That's how I feel. Eunice, my girl, good morning. Oh, and thank you. You are tagging. You guys are the best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know where everybody is. Do you think people are just like, did they leave me because I haven't been I'm only on the 3 days? I don't really know. But I mean, what's up with that? Where is everybody? I know I wasn't here on Tuesday, but I get a pass. Anyway, so what's going on your end? Is there anything that you want to discuss? Apparently, no one cares about the animals except for Giselle, because she responded. How are we doing? How are we enjoying the summer? I mean, hey, we could talk about like the horrible crap going on right now. I mean, why not? I'm in I've been in a bad place for a week now. Why not? Right? But seriously, I mean, now mask mandates coming back, whether you're vaccinated or not. Let's see. Or what about, of course, now we got Cuomo on the fire, right? So there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world again. And I mean, we're being set up for the next phase of something, I gotta say, because usually when they start distracting us with one thing, something else is going on behind the scenes. It's like the smoke and mirrors thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as of yet, but yes, Eunice, I love animals better than humans too. I hear that. So yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy, right? They talked everybody into getting, or they talked certain people into getting the vaccine because they said that they were, if you were vaccinated, it wasn't going to spread, et cetera, et cetera. And then the whole pull to get it, or the push to get the vaccine, so you didn't have to wear a mask. And now they're saying that they don't care, who you are and what you're doing. They want to bring the masks back. And we are now getting into, school, right? Because school starts in, I guess, less than a month now. I was trying to see the day that my son's school starts, but I can't, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out on the calendar. But I mean, school is starting in less than a month. And, they had said they were not going to be offering virtual anymore. They were taking it off the table when everything, quote unquote, reopened. And they were lifting those mask mandates even in school. Now, the plot thickens, but wait, there's more. So, again, certain children, absolutely, I realize that they need to be in school, that their parents need to work, that some of them that are younger, they need the hands-on, they need to physically be there. I totally get that. And anybody that has younger children, my heart goes out to any of you that were, doing all of this virtual stuff, because mine is big enough that he didn't need me to do anything other than a couple of issues with the internet and such. But otherwise, he was good on his own, and actually flourished doing so. So with these mask mandates coming back at us, my son is asthmatic, and I do not, the studies of like, this is the part that we don't really like, we have to weigh, right? Because everybody says you have to weigh your options, right? So they tell you that you should get the vaccine because, it's better to have the vaccine and, supposedly not die from COVID than to not get the vaccine and maybe die of COVID. The issues with certain things are side effects. Everybody is different. So maybe, and now what is the study in which wearing a mask for 7 hours a day is better for you than not wearing a mask 7 hours a day, breathing in your own, carbon monoxide or whatever the hell it is, dioxide, monoxide, and all of that. So like, what the hell is the right thing to do? And if you're asthmatic, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can't breathe when I wear a mask. And if you can breathe, then the mask is probably doing nothing, right? So if you're asthmatic, you're already struggling to breathe, and now you have a mask on. So I'm so lost with all of this, and I don't know what the options are. I personally feel that at least for this year, especially now that they're coming at us with all of these other variants and this, that, and the other, I think it should still be an option for this school year until this thing is, basically behind us, which we thought happened a couple of months ago, right? I think they should have that option because there are people that have underlying conditions and, maybe, and again, being indoors, being around other people, if it is that contagious, it can spread. So, why do we want to put anybody in harm's way, right? I'm all for the outdoor stuff and everything else. I mean, this is just my own personal opinion. I don't know what your opinions are. All I know is that I want everybody to be safe and well. That I do know. How we go about doing that, no one knows, right? We've seen that through everything that they've done. First, they tell us wear a mask. Then they tell us don't wear a mask. Then they tell you to get vaccinated and then you don't have to wear a mask. Then they tell you to get vaccinated and you have to wear a mask. I mean, it changes like day by day. So I don't think anybody knows what's happening. But thank you guys for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page. Please hit that thumbs up and turn your notifications on. Please join the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. And again, go on YouTube, type in Real Talk Karen Stacy. Hit that subscribe button. You will be helping me out tremendously. Even on Twitch, I probably have, not that it's the same. I have thousands of people on Facebook and stuff, but I have I'm up to 100 subscribers, I want to say, on Twitch. So that ain't so bad. So I'm always grateful for that. But just if you're watching something, hit the button because whoever you're watching, you're helping them because numbers speak. And if the numbers are there, then people will want to sponsor and people will want to do certain things with those people. So if you believe in the show, then please support it. Rita said, I am not mask. Okay, here we go. I got you guys talking now because now I see them. Rita said, I'm not wearing masks again. Rosie, unconditional love from animals. That's for freaking sure. Gina, received an email from my son's high school asking that all students and faculty to please take into consideration to get vaccinated for the new school year. Well, at least they asked you to take it into consideration and they're not mandating it. Eunice said they're faithful. They can't talk to you, but they give you love. Yeah, that's true. They're bringing the mask mandatory back to everyone, Alyssa said. They said on September 13th. September 13th is when school starts. Yeah, my son, I think, always starts earlier than that, but let's see. So they're saying because the thing is that once September comes around and the season starts to change, I guess that's when. I'm not really sure. Giselle, my daughter's high school sent a survey about masks and majority of people said no to masks for the kids going back to school. See, there we go. Interesting. I appreciate you guys your input on this, because I think it's important. And again, nobody's gonna like jump on you one way or another. So we all can respectfully agree to disagree. There are a lot of people like they're trying to make this the COVID vaccine. They're trying to say that the anti-vaxxers are protesting it. Now, quote unquote anti-vaxxers, which I think is again separating people. Okay. If you ever talk to people that don't vaccinate their children or that decided to stop vaccinating their children, they did it for religious reasons or medical reasons. Okay. It wasn't like they just said, screw it, I'm not doing this. Okay. So, it's the people that are that cognizant of what their children's bodies are and what their bodies are the not the people that are spreading the disease. The people that are spreading the disease, which again, people don't want to talk about. We have people coming into this country left and right now. Is there Ellis Island? No. Are they being quarantined for 2 weeks and inoculated with everything? No. So who's bringing it in? So there's a lot to be said about, I believe personally that what they did when our ancestors came to New York, Ellis Island, you and my son and I were talking about this. You were quarantined until you were inoculated, and we knew you were not bringing any disease here, and you did it legally. You pay taxes and everything else. Okay. And everything isn't handed to you. As New Yorkers, as Americans, we have the least rights. Meanwhile, if we go to another country, they'll kill us, but they come to this country and we open our arms and say, please come get us sick and let us give you all our tax money. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I absolutely think that people should be able to come here from anywhere. Just do it the right way. If we go into another country, we have to do it the right way. So why doesn't it work the same way over here? You go through certain countries, there are armed guards there. Nobody even checks your luggage when you come into New York. So, I'm just saying that I think that if you want to mandate things, you want to do things, it needs to be across the board. And I don't believe in one size fits all for anybody or anything. And now they're trying to make it an anti-vaxxing thing, which I do not believe that a lot of people that have not gotten the COVID shot feel. I don't feel that. I personally know that a lot of people that have not gotten the COVID shot are not anti-vaxxers or quote unquote anti-vaxxers. These people all have their children vaccinated, and these people have all been vaccinated. They are just choosing not to take this particular vaccine. So with these mandates, and now they're trying to tell us, okay, so now I know in New York, now you have to show proof that you're vaccinated in order to enter a restaurant. I mean, where do we live? It's crazy. People weren't vaccinated when they opened up the restaurants back months and months and months ago. They did social distancing and it worked because the spread of it slimmed. So why can't we go back to that then? Why can't we go back to reduced admission, so to speak? And keep people further away from each other and not alienate people that choose not to vaccinate themselves for whatever their reasons are. I mean, it's just crazy to me. And I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not masking nor taking the poison, Rita said. Hi, Tamara. Good morning. Alyssa, had a long recent talk with my kids, pediatricians, and my cardiologist. He said, even fully vaccinated, you can still get it on and pass it to others. Yes, well, that's exactly what they're saying. First time open last school. I don't know what that means, Eunice. I start working back to school on Monday. Oh, okay, Eunice. Gina, I know 3 people personally that were vaccinated and went on vacation to Florida and tested positive. Their symptoms were just a stuffy nose, no fever, etc. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm coming back for you guys. The comments just went. Okay. Eunice, I don't think they can bring all the kids to school because their 30 kid can't be in the classrooms. Okay. Tamara, I drank too much vodka last night. Well, good for you, Tamara, but you missed yesterday too. What was your excuse? Alyssa, I personally know a few people that are fully vaccinated. On some had mild symptoms and others not so lucky. Eunice, me too. A friend have to vaccinate and get sick. They said they positive. She said I can be positive. Okay. Rita, all this BS is affecting me. I believe I am a strong woman, but I'm getting scared. After dealing with this for the past year and a half, I can't succumb to scare tactics and get too frustrated and confused. You know what, Rita? That's another reason why we're talking about this, because yes, this is what's going on now. You know, it's always these scare tactics, and these are the things that bother me. You know, we don't scare people into doing things. We educate people into doing things, right? And it's a little scary when it changes by the blink of an eye. And now we see, you know, and then, I mean, look at the government that's leading us. You know, do we trust any of them? I mean, we have the most corrupt people in the world that are supposed to be taking care of our health right now. And all of the politicians, all of the judges, all of the senators are all in the pockets of the pharmaceutical companies. Okay. So if you don't think that's the case, read. So, you know, everyone has an end game, and it isn't so much that everybody is healthy. It's that, you know, people make money. Which is really very, very sad. And, you know, I saw somebody posted something on Facebook or somewhere, and it was, and it said, it's great that we're giving out free vaccines, but how about free insulin? And how about free cancer treatments? And this person stated, I am pro-vax, but, you know, how about these things as well? And this is very true. You know, maybe COVID, they're not making enough money off of it because they haven't found the right drugs yet to, you know, to combat it. So maybe once they're able to, you know, make money off of it, you know, it'll be differently done. I've said this from the get-go. You know, everything in life we need to find a treatment for. Not that the treatments necessarily work, right? Because if you have cancer, God forbid, you can go through treatment and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, right? But people know, at least the medical field somewhat knows what to do and where to go with it. And I'm hopeful that that's the case now as well, where they have these cocktails or something that are helping COVID patients, because we're not really hearing, and again, I don't watch the news in its entirety, but I'm not really hearing that, you know, there's a shortage of, you know, ventilators. And like the person that I know that I told you their lungs got crystallized and they had COVID and they thought they were going to die from it. They were hospitalized for 3 weeks. They never went on the ventilator. Had that happened to them, I guess, a year ago, they would have been on a ventilator. So there are new treatments, I guess, that they are doing for that. You know, again, I think it's like everything in life. I think the most important thing that we can do for ourselves is take care of ourselves. So we need to do things that will boost our own immune systems. We need to protect ourselves and try not to put ourselves in harm's way. I mean, I thought about it too. You know, I was out, a month ago when my girlfriend was in, and we were in a loud place. And, you know, in order for you to talk to somebody, you're screaming, you know, and so you're spitting and you're literally like right next to somebody where, you know, in order to hear them. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, like, maybe like I need to rethink this a little bit. But at the time, everything was pretty much under control. But now, I'm going to think differently of talking to strangers, to be honest with you. If I'm out with my girlfriends and we're talking fine, but I'm going to keep my distance from strangers because I don't freaking know, so we need to do our best to try not to allow us to get frustrated, to allow us to get scared, right, Rita? I know we've been through a lot and everybody is just so ready to be done with it. I don't think it has anything to do with being strong. I think it just has to do with like enough is enough. And we just get to a point where we're done, right? So I think that it's a rational feeling. I think that there is, too much gloom and doom, and you have to do what's right for you. There are still people that do not feel comfortable going out in public. Do what works for you. Okay? If a mask makes you feel better and safer, wear it. That's at this point, again, I'm not a doctor, but they're telling us that whether you're vaccinated or you're not vaccinated, you're still contagious if in the position, but that it may or may not be as bad. I know a lot of people that got COVID and they never even were hospitalized from it and they weren't vaccinated. I know people that were vaccinated and died from COVID. So, it is what it is. Let me see. We are all fucked. Drink more vodka. There you go, Tamara. Giselle, no backs for me. I have an underlying issue and not chancing it. I don't give a shit. They say won't cause problems. As you said, every person's body handles things differently. I agree. The variant is being called pandemic of the unvaccinated. My concern is for my 5-year-old unvaccinated grandson attending school in September. Yes. And don't you think that wording, that is true. The variant is being called the pandemic of the unvaccinated. Okay. I'm going to just leave that alone. People come into the country without quarantining and getting tested is going to kill us all. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said right on point. I don't know who that was because I can't see your name, but thank you. Alyssa, restaurants aren't going to do it. They can't afford to lose any business. Yeah, well, they're going to lose more business if they're turning people away if they're not vaccinated. So it's a catch-22 on that one, Alyssa, because you're going to lose people one way or another. You're either going to lose people because you're going to limit your your pool is going to get smaller because of the amount of people that might not be vaccinated. So it's kind of the same thing, in my opinion. And by doing it and separating people, people are more apt to agree with something like that, because if they're and this is my feeling, they had us 6 feet apart from each other. They had all these partitions up and stuff, which I love. And, there was no question whether you were vaccinated or you weren't vaccinated. And again, it did not spread the virus. So they're saying now that vaccinated people are still, contagious. They can still spread the virus, right? So keep the distancing there. So, before we were wearing a mask to and from our table, which I don't know what that does, but okay. And people were separated from one another. I mean, why can't we keep it that way? Why can't they allow the restaurants to continue to take out booze, right? Let's try, it's like they're trying to kill everybody, right? The businesses, these small businesses that could not come back from this, give them some way to make money. Now you're going to tell people that they can't come to your establishment. You have to see their vaccination card. That is also a major HIPAA violation. It's none of your business. what my medical situation is. It's none of your fucking business. People walk around with cancer. People walk around with AIDS. People walk around with freaking all of these other, well, cancer's not contagious, but I mean, people walk around with contagious things. Nobody knows about it. And no one's allowed to discuss your personal business with anybody else. Why all of a sudden is it okay to discuss my personal business? You want to know, like, you know, my blood type too? Is that necessary? I mean, I'm just saying. Eunice, but you know what? I see a lot of people without masks inside stores. I don't know if they're vaccinated. Vanessa, my job originally was going back to office September 13th, but today changed it to October 11th. You know what? I respect that. I respect that because we don't know what's going on right now. There's so much uncertainty, Vanessa, that I appreciate and respect that, you know, your office, because I believe that that is the right thing to do right now. It worked before the vaccines were approved, okay? Which they're saying now that this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Before the vaccines took place and people were distanced from one another and the world opened back up again, the numbers were still down. So if we can keep people working from home, we can keep people separated in public environments, I think that is also a very good way of, you know, cutting back on the spread. I mean, abso-freaking-lutely. Just my own personal, you know, opinion. Sorry, Mr. Shaw, I'm busy cleaning. I'm having a big party. Okay, good for you, Tamara. Okay, so Alyssa said you're right, Karen. Let me see. Thank you. It's all scare tactics and about control, Alyssa said. So far as here, I've been seeing more people with masks on, not on than not, which I like. Okay. Keep up with vitamin C, iron, and zinc for your immune system. The other thing that you need is vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin D, very important for your immune system. Hey, Pete, good morning. Scandemic 2.0. Thank you for that one, Pete. Michael, hi, how are you, my dancing partner? Who else? Massimo, good morning. So for HIPAA, huh? I guess that meant so much for, right? Let me see who else is on here. Just another scare tactic to force getting vaccinated. Mob Wifey, good afternoon. Working home is the best thing that happened to me. So you know what? A lot of people are saying that. I personally, I mean, we talked about this when Giselle was on the show, right? I mean, there are a lot of people now that have a better quality of life. I know this sounds crazy, right? But they have a better quality of life because they're now not, you know, running like a lunatic, right? So those of us moms, okay, that are in charge of our families, we get up at everybody has a different life, don't get me wrong. But for me personally, I have to drive my kid to school and pick him up every day. So, you know, that 7:30 in the morning departure, you know, doing everything. You got to make lunch. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to be out of the house 7:30, traffic, cursing, everything, right? And all of that stuff. I don't do any of that now. I don't have to curse. I don't have to deal with traffic. I don't have to make sure my kid's lunch is ready, right? And then for those of you that were dropping your children off to school or getting your children off to school and then going to work, right? So now that just alleviated not only an hour, let's call it, or maybe even 2 hours, okay? Depending on where you live, depending on where you work, depending on where your children go, right? That gives you an extra 2 hours of stress-free time. And let's not forget that we got to do it all over again when they get out of school and when you get out of work. So we alleviated all of that, not to mention the expense of the gas, the wear and tear on your car, perhaps needing to purchase lunches or whatever the case may be, right? So this working from home thing and this, children at home, school and stuff, it definitely does have its pros and cons. Obviously, the con is that we don't have people socializing in the way in which they should, but there are good points and parts to this where it has reduced a lot of our stress. But who makes us stressful? The fucking media. Because they're hitting us hard with all of these things that we need to be frightened again of our neighbors. So now instead of us fighting over Trump and whoever the hell else, now we're fighting over the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. I mean, when does the divide stop? Why do we have to point the fingers at everybody in the other direction all the time? Why is one right and one wrong? It's not. One size doesn't fit all. And if we've learned anything during these 2 years, it's exactly that. Our lives all are different. There are some people that have careers where they do not physically need to go to the office. So now these big office buildings have nobody in them. These big companies can now reduce their load in terms of their financial load because now, people aren't traveling as much. They learned how to make deals over Zoom, over whatever. So now the expenses are like down because now we're not paying for you to fly over here. We're not paying for you to have $1,000 meal, right? We don't need to do that now because we can do all of that right here like this. So there are a lot of things that this made a difference with, and it did alleviate a lot of stress on some of us. And then, of course, it is more stress on some of us because some people are alone. Mental illness went up. Alcoholism, drug use, all of these things all went up, right? So we got pros and cons to all of this. So the way I try to live my life is I try to grab bits and pieces of things and incorporate them so that I took the lesson I learned from the horrific thing that happened and turn it into a positive thing and make it work for my life better. So I hope, and I don't think it's happening, but you would wish that the government, that the powers that be, the conglomerates and all of these people would learn from these things and make things work better. Because we've made it work under the worst of conditions. So now that we know what we're dealing with, let's get a better plan. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, easy for me to say, right? But, all right, let's see. Let me see here. Vitamins. Mob Wifey said vitamins and eat healthy and stay strong and eat well, exercise and be happy. Well, yes, all of those things definitely are good. Less stress running all over the place. Yep. You said the truth. I always do. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my glasses. Listen, Mob Wifey, make sure that you go to the Karen Stacy page and hit the thumbs up so that you get your notification when I go live. Because you're always fun on the show and we miss you when you're not here. Let me see. Eunice, but some people that work from home, they are lazy. They just want to give you the information. But if you don't compute, they need to help you. I agree with that as well. Very true. There needs to be a better supervision of that. 100%. I still hate taking the train with hubby to work every day into Manhattan. We keep our masks on and sit as far away from people. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't think I would do mass transit either. Mob Wifey, masks ruin our face. Now acne, can't breathe, and masks low oxygen. I did speak about that earlier. I know you tuned in a little bit late, but we've been talking about that all day. Well, not all day, but you know what I mean. Personally, if Trump was still president, the media would be singing a different song, Alyssa says. Yeah, well, there's always different songs, right? And, the music, it changes no matter who's there. But look, we got craziness going on with Cuomo. There's always something. There's always somebody doing something. So, again, it is what it is. I'm so fed up with the whole situation. I wish there was someone to run to, but there isn't. Of course, it's all over the freaking place. Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm trying to say. So, here's a little check-in with you guys. I told you guys I had a rough weekend. I'm still like defrosting from it, so to speak, or gaining my footing back. And now the world is going back to upside down again. So all I can say is this. You aren't alone. We're all going through it. We are still all here for each other. The whole point to Coffee Talk in the morning was to have a safe haven and a family that we can share coffee with and share our thoughts, our fears, our joys, and to keep each other going, right? Because no matter what, thank you, Gina, no matter what, we are strong and we will survive. But we're going to have to shut down some of that stuff again and not be privy to all of it because it will make your head spin. So get outside, go take a walk, go sit with nature, ground yourself that way while we still can, us New Yorkers. And, just turn the news off for a little bit. If you're the type of person that it makes you crazy, nothing's changing right now. It's changing every day. Just do what is best for you and your family. I have a problem with anyone telling me what I should do and the best thing for me and my family. If I was ignorant, if I, didn't know myself, didn't know my child, didn't know my family, didn't know what was going on in the world, then okay. But I don't believe that in America it is fair to take away rights of people. I think that, we should all be treated as individuals and not, and not a number. Really, that's how I feel. So anyway, I'm just letting you guys know that you are not alone. You are loved. I hope, I'm sorry that you only had me yesterday and today. I will see you guys on Tuesday again, because we are doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for Coffee Talk with Karen. So I will see you Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Make sure you hit those notifications so you know when we're going live. For those of you that shared the videos for me today and tagged people in and were my surrogate moderators, I greatly appreciate that. I love each and every one of you, and I couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day today. Have a wonderful weekend. Maybe I'll come on live one day over the weekend and say hello. And if not, I will see you for sure Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Bye, guys.